You're just in time. Saved you a seat for the Pillars of Man, your number one podcast for the best conversations you could find aimed at male self improvement. And I don't know about you, but for me on my feed recently, everywhere, but most definitely on YouTube, I'm noticing this trend. I don't know if this is a good or bad thing. I guess I'll let you be the judge of that. But I'm always trying to learn more to build my expertise and just my own knowledge and wisdom and whatnot to really prove this is the number one male self improvement podcast. So I'm always being handed all kinds of random male self improvement content on my own feed, and none of it is positive. Bro, this is crazy. None. It's all really like hardcore negative Nancy stuff. This is like really Debbie Downer stuff. And I get it. I understand where it comes from. I'm kind of shoulder to shoulder with the modern male plight or what have you. If you're a man and you're alive today, I'll just stick to home, though my gut tells me this is more of a global issue than anything else. And we'll just stick to America. You're a man and you're alive. So 18 up. You're a man, you alive in America? Yeah, you're going to be feeling this in some way, shape, or form. Probably in every way, shape, or form. And I call it the modern male plight, though that is its most recent iteration, being this digital era and these modern times and all this social media and whatnot. The modern male plight has kind of always been a thing. And you could, you know, AKA, you could translate the modern male plight to male problems. These are my issues. These are your issues. These are all of our issues as men. You are faced with so many, unique and individual to your life situation. But to try and be successful in this world, so you're just trying to self improve and be a better dude. It's really both, because I love, well, it's not just love. I very much love the idea, but I also very much believe in the idea. When you get better, that's how your life gets better. They coincide. I'm not even really sure these are two separate things, you and your life. I mean, technically they are. But when one of them gets better, the other one follows suit. It is this parallel relationship, this parallel correlation, though it is way easier to change you than to change your life. To me, life is, yeah, okay, let me control the economy, and let me control the government, and let me control, I don't know, human beings. This really just sounds like, some kind of god complex power trip, let me rule the world type vibes. Yeah, yeah, okay, power to you, power to any man who's trying to do that. I'm good. I'm gonna try to do me. And I want that to be the best possible. So, by all means, I also want you to do you, but at the very same time, give you the best possible experiences, the best possible results, outcomes, just all that, the sweetest. This is like the best kind of cake. Um, I'm apologize if you're diabetic. Sugar free, and there are sugar free cakes too in life. It's just the whole objective is to really enjoy it. Let me get off the cake, because then this gets that one. that one gets a bit controversial. No, enjoy being yourself. It makes it so much easier to want to be your best self. I love growing. You have to. I love progressing. I love being able to do better at seeing myself. Fast, slow, it doesn't even really matter. What matters is it is happening. You can rest assured it absolutely is happening if you are going to continue to try. That's because I say that because my argument is that's exactly how it happens. It's actually so much less to okay. This is a tough one because you need the results. And I acknowledge this. It's really not even me. The world, society, women, business, finances, goals and achievements, right? Just the admiration and the respect from others, the agreement among just other human beings. Oh wow, this fella right here, he is exceptional at what he claims to do. Yeah, no, I get all of that. But then how do you really get there to that point where it isn't just you? You're not the only one in the world that's going to say, no, I really am doing really well. That's where it has to start. It has to begin with you. And there it is. My first point of I don't know what to call tonight's episode. I'm having trouble. This is a weird night for me. I didn't really sleep. I don't know if you can tell. And then my day was also really weird. It was a good day, but then it was like not a good day. It's fine. It's all good, bro, cuz here I am now with you. And that's the first point to really okay, go full circle. Because I'm reinforcing this, it's kind of what I meant to begin tonight. It all comes down to you. It's all you, brother. Comes down to you in here. What are you going to do? Okay? And we can stop right there. It's so much more, but for what I'm trying to talk about tonight, you don't have to keep going. To further emphasize, there is so much to work with right there. That's why I'm saying don't keep going. The internal work, the shadow work, just how you feel within consistently on a daily basis, how you are treating yourself, how you think about your life, what you think about most of the time consciously, all of this to all of, in a very designated, focused and controlled effort to be able to steer any given day towards the best possible outcome those 24 hours have to offer you. That's what I'm talking about. My king, that kind of life. Enjoying it and then having something to pursue that you care about enough, you will see this through to the end. It doesn't matter. I gotta make it. I gotta go all the way and really make it. Living like that is the most surefire. This is the fastest lane. You know what I'm talking about? The fast lane on the highway. This is just, I cannot fathom a more superior pathway to the best possible results for you. I want to just take a minute right there. I want to just hold on a 1 second, brother. Best possible is completely, I just want to really, just to be clear, it's completely unpredictable. First of all, you're going to try. I'm always trying. But to actually know is impossible. And I think that's a good thing because it does provide a little bit of suspense. It kind of gives you the, I don't want to say motivation. Can we just stay away from that word for one male self-improvement episode? It gives you the craving. I think that's more along the lines of what I'm trying to say, because you're curious, and there's another one. You're just very you're in anticipation. I'm pretty sure it should be like this because like that's the plan. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm building and working towards and going after every single day. Okay, that's really good. But then it might not work out. Life will most likely show up at your door and be like, oh, yes, oh, my bad. You had those plans for success, love, financial freedom, the best life possible, tons and tons and tons of mini versions of you. These are your little clones, all right? Sons and daughters, a whole bunch, okay? And the wifey in the background, kind of like, why did you do this to me? Why did, like, how, like, why we have this many? We have this many. It's a wonderful sight to behold. Okay, it's a great situation to be in. I believe that. But the point is, life will see these plans of yours and be like, very cool. Now I want to see what you do when I do this. And it gets crazy. It goes haywire. All right, right. Chaos ensues. It's so just very difficult to control in this way. Which is why I want to shift your priorities. I want you to focus on just what it is you are actually doing. And that's why I cut it off there earlier. What you are doing is who you are becoming. This is both the life and the identity that you are building for yourself. I believe it is an inevitability for the world to meet you. I mean, it could be literally the world. That's less likely. It most likely will be, somebody. You're gonna run into someone. There's too many people. There's too many of us all over the place. We have littered the planet with ourselves, and so you're gonna run into one of us, and then you will come into contact with another human being, and you'll have some kind of interaction, and then all of you, and assuming, okay, you're gonna be honest, and yeah, gotta keep it real here at the Pillars of Man. So you always want to try to put forth that honesty. I mean, not in a very, blunt. Well, I mean, really, this just depends on your personality, but not in such a way that you're just a douche, just being super super rude. Like there are certain ways to go about this. Okay, and now I'm veering off because that's like a whole social interaction. Okay, 101 episode. Okay, but it's just, if you're with me on that, I mean, you're just trying to be your best self, and you're trying to have the classic, the old faithful vision for men across all time, and that is the babe, okay, and then all the money, and then with your queen all the babies. Okay. Trying to get there in life requires you to sustain this lifestyle. Okay? It absolutely is a way of life because you have to accept it wholeheartedly. This has to be a full embrace of all of you. It's not, it's not just physical. This is of the mind, a mentality that accepts I am gonna live like this. This is how I this is how you are going to behave. It really is, it's everything. This is how you are going to show up. Before the world, before, like, I believe before people, before anyone, it's who you are going to be for yourself, to yourself. And that allows me to shift now into the main point of tonight's episode. I was racking my brain thinking about, I really wanted to cover self-love, and I really wasn't sure how to go about that because self-love is, good lord. Other internet influencers have some very colorful opinions of how to properly do self-love and how important it is, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And there's well, from what I've seen recently, this new pushback, a new wave of younger people saying, actually, maybe it's not all about self-love. I think actually we should be talking to each other. I think we actually need to go outside and talk to people. I think it needs to be more tribal. There needs to be more of a community. Okay, that we are too isolated, and that is dope. That's super dope. And the young people catching on, the Zoomers, the Alphas, looking around here like, what the? All of us just looking down at the screen, and we're sitting next to each other in public, and we're all just looking down at the screen, and this is life. And they're kind of like revolting, like, no, F this. That's awesome. What I'm trying to say is, at a certain point, though, look, bro, I assume that if you're here in front of me right now, then you're looking for answers. You're out here in the vast spaces of the internet right now you have problems that you need to solve. You have problems that are bothering you to the point where you're at least willing to entertain potential impossible solutions. I mean, that's a great spot to be in. And that might sound kind of uh, painful. That might sound kind of hurtful because it's like, oh, like if you could say to me, possibly, oh, if you knew why I've been brought to the point where I need to solve this, I need to do something about this, you maybe you'd be singing a different tune. Okay, no, that's very fair. But you have to understand, uh, on personally, just how I live, and when I go about out and about for my day job, I'm not judging. Let's make that okay. Let me just put that okay. I'm gonna get torn apart for this regardless. But it's not that I'm judging. It's not that I'm walking around with my nose super high in the air, like, oh, look at me. I'm a self improver. I'm so much better than all of you. It's not like that. It's more like I just can't help but observe. And I've always been a very curious guy ever since I was a kid. But then on top of that, now I found myself, exploring this project. And so now I'm even more inclined to lean in a little bit closer when I believe I am witnessing some sort of experience or event of a man experiencing problems in real time in front of me. He's experiencing problems of becoming the best man he can be. And so when I see this, I know you do too. That's, okay, a bit of a bold assumption. But if I could bet, okay, if I could take a wild guess, you definitely see it too, bro. And what you see is lots of guys pretend. They they play blindfold. I don't I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't see any issues. I don't see any problems. I'm just fine. Everything is dandy. When it's really not. When the truth is, in here, I'm shambles. It's just shambles. Because there's so much that is unresolved. There's so much that is being unpursued. So much that is not being done, that when see, this is why I always the truth is so important, because when you let it out, okay, and you go off of what is for real within you, then you look at life, and so many men, they're at this point where, I mean, everything I do, and just exactly how I live has nothing to do with what I really want. Now, it's not that, oh, then let me grant all of the wishes and desires of men. Give them the reason to self-improve and go be great. But that's not what it's about. It's not really about, kind of what can I get and what can I have. It's all about what can I be. That's why this problem, this issue that seems so external. Oh, I mean, I really like, I don't, I'm check to check, you know, making ends meet barely. You okay? There ain't no wifey. There is no GF. It's just me and me all the time. It hurts in that way. And I hate my job. Like, what I do is not really what I want to do, but I do it because it's good enough, because it affords these basic comforts. We've progressed to a point in society where these basic comforts have become so comfortable. Okay, the internet and whatever you can do on the internet, you know what I'm talking about. It's a whole lot. It's enough for a lifetime. Never leave. Why would you ever leave? You can just, you know what I'm saying? You got the screen, there it is. But you feel it. That's for sure. You feel it right in here. This is no. This is not what I really want. It's not like this. It's so different. It's maybe actually a lot more traditional. I actually want to do something I care about. I want to do something I care about, do it so well I can make enough money, so much money that I can provide for, a partner and really have my own family and whatnot. And that's why I say it all seems so external. Oh, these are all these problems outside of me and they're burying me. But it's not like that, bro. Because the answer, you already have it. You actually already have it. It's more of bringing it out. It's more of this realization and also a belief that in you is the answer. Now, the hard part of it, the name of the game, so to speak, is going to be what could I possibly do to bring out from within myself what I need in life? This is what I mean. This is, I guess, more of a specified variation of self love here at the Pillars of Man podcast. I say it like this because I'm going to very quickly reframe super fast. I wanted to, before I continue, I would like to insert one more example So to offer as much clarity as possible. So you can really take this and run. No, seriously. To be able to understand exactly what I mean by self-love when it is filtered through the lens of male self-improvement. This should be, I plan for it to be, we'll say, immediately applicable. Okay, you can use it right now. You think about, if your life is not where you want it to be right now, it's not, it doesn't look like how you want it to look like, etc., 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 right? I mean, that's all it is. It's all conceived up here in the mind, imagination, vision, right? The plan, right? And then it's relentless execution. I mean, that's what that is. And then you hear all those male self-improvement buzzwords come through. You hear the resilience and the consistency and the discipline and the motivation and the work ethic, and it goes on and on and on, and it's all very important. It's all very important. I'm not sitting here belittling any of that, brother. You won't need all of that, but I believe if you do it like this, all of, like, it's no, it's, I don't want to mislead you. It's not as smooth as, oh yeah, everything's just gonna fall into a place. I just got to get this one thing right. But it's more like, if you don't get this one thing right, you won't get none of the other things. You won't be able to get any of the other things right. You just can't. And this is what I mean. Here's the example where you look at your life right now, and it could be messed up in all sorts of ways. I'm pretty sure any human being, right, it's not really a male or female thing, it's more of a human thing. Anyone can say that. Okay. And you want to do something about it. That's awesome. You definitely ahead of the curve in this way. Okay. Instead of Mr. Blindfold and Mr. Pretender, you know what I mean? But you have to think about how you got here. You have to think about what you always do that you can't stop doing, that you know you shouldn't do. You have to think about, we're all working with the same 24 hours every single day. All human beings. It's a law of existence, so to speak. So where is all your time going? No. Not to guilt trip you or anything like that, or to shame you or anything like that. But you gotta, right? You have to identify, yeah, well, this is it right here. This is the activity. And for most guys, that's a job, right? Because survival comes first. Without survival, you would not be here. You got to be here, bro. You got to be here to live your best life. And so after survival, then it's kind of like, okay, how much time you got? And then with how much time you got, that see, that's for guys. It's just like, I don't I don't want to say it, but it's all good. It's all good. Say it. This is what you're doing. It doesn't matter what it is. It's what you do. It's what you do. It's what you've been doing for years and years and years. I mean, I don't know. It's what you just started doing lately. Okay, but what you do it at a very fundamental level because it's worth it to you. It could be very unhealthy. It could be very destructive. It could be really addictive. It's no, seriously, it's fine. I mean, it's just whatever it is. It's a conscious choice to dictate this right here, this activity, this thing, okay, this vice, whatever it is. I find it precious enough that for all this time, and for some guys it could be, I mean, some guys it's decades, but how about let's just use years. Years is a pretty average ballpark. And it's like, I've been living like this for years, because for me, this is worth it to me to keep. This is worthwhile. This is to my brain, this is the most bang for my buck. This is the best use of my time. This is what feels the best. This is what feels so good. This is the safest. This is the most comfortable. This is, and it just keeps going, and it just keeps going. I'm rapidly firing so many descriptors at you right now because I'm trying to really paint it in a way where, I mean, this is kind of what we all tell ourselves right in here. You know, you don't tell anybody else this, but you know, because you keep doing it. And then the switch and the flip right there is my core concept of self-love is if you were to replace that thing with you, then now you just do that in your head. And like just right now, without even, if you can just think about it like that, then you and I now stand on equal ground for what for my meaning of self-love. So when you make that switch and now it becomes you and it's you now, you and all of you, bro, as you are right now, this human being, this man, this person, this king is worthwhile, is worth investing in. It's worth doing again and again and again. It's worth attempting and it's worth chasing and pursuing. It's you. This is what I mean. This is why you are the answer, bro. In here. It's always been in here. And men, we don't see it like that. It's so many different factors that come into play as to why. I mean, there's so much. A lot of it is upbringing. Unfortunately, a lot of it is very, very malicious. I should say maliciously, tragically inflicted trauma during a young boy's formative years. And then after that, it gets, it doesn't really, life, right? Life doesn't let up with the haymakers, right? And you factor in misfortune, you factor in poor circumstances, and you factor in luck, sure, bad luck, unlucky, whatever. And you put that all together, and I can really bring you to a point where you're in your 20s and you're in your 30s and you're in your 40s, and you have never been able to look at yourself like that. The most worthwhile and precious pursuit to ever attempt. You're the number one project to work on. To be able to see yourself like this, to be able to look at life like this, that is nothing short of genuine love. You would have to. You would have to. I have to love myself well enough to make that call as a man and say, these things, these people, these choices, and these decisions do not serve me anymore. They don't help me. I need to help me. That actually might mean making the actions and allowing yourself to accept help from others. It comes in all sorts of different forms. And I mean, it's getting a bit vague here. I believe it's getting more general now, because I really am talking about living life to the fullest. Living life to the fullest is accepting all the responsibility, and however uncomfortable or, right, difficult, downright frightening the choices and decisions can become to grow and develop into the best version of yourself, because it's the best version of yourself that will attain the best quality of life possible. It makes very like simple, perfect sense. These two would always um, intertwine with one another. It's the best of you that gets the best, whatever the best is. That's not something to despair. By the way, and I do that too often myself, and I really gotta try to check myself. Oh, there I go again. There I go. You know, doubting. There I go. There I go. Kind of spoiling. Oh, but what is the best? What is the best? It's probably not even that great. It's probably super crappy. Okay, because it's me. It's very like it's very defeatist. It's very pessimistic. You're like, kind of, woe is me. Pity me. And you don't. That's all trash. It's all garbage. You don't want any of that. You don't need any of that, bro. What you need is the very opposite. What you need is, I'm gonna make it as awesome as I can. But honestly, when I get there, and it is not an if, it is a when for the man who won't stop. That's it. You just make sure one foot in front of the other, one day at a time. You do not stop. It's not an if, it is a when. And you get there. And the belief must be, when you do, it's going to blow your mind. When you do, it's going to be way better than you ever could have imagined. However, imagining it is kind of what allowed you to make the journey towards, in this direction of your best. That is how you know you really got your own back. This is what I mean. You love yourself well enough. I don't know how other people are angling the meaning, the concept of self-love. Not sure. But this has not, this actually, I mean, obviously it could, but it really doesn't have to. You don't need to be super self-centered or selfish to do this. You don't have, no, you don't need to, uh, develop narcissism, okay, within you. It's none of that. I know self-love, love of the self, but it actually isn't me, because you can't help anyone until you help yourself. A great man, I'm not so sure. A great man can elevate others until he is elevated. That one's on you, bro. That one's on you. This comes down to you. You won't. I am. The older I get, and the more that I, continue in the direction of my own self-improvement journey, the more I am beginning to understand. Without that, without me, it has to start with me before it gets to the rest of the world, as I said. And every day I wake up and it's kind of like, well, you know what? I can support me. I can say I can do it. I can believe in myself. That's to do those things. I mean, you think about a really good friend, you think about a family member, you think about someone you love, you think about someone you care about. And doing that for that person, for somebody else. Hey, I really believe in you. I support you. I will help you. I will do this with you. I will try with you. I will be there for you. I I I see you as capable, as worthy, as precious. You always had the power to give that to yourself, and you must. You must. If not, you may fall prey, possibly now, to self loathing. Without that, then it's, oh, I know I'm a piece of, I know I'm all messed up. It's so over. Lost cause. It's a wrap. I mean, I'm, I'm checking out. I'm giving up. Someone that you really do love, that you find very precious. I I would do anything for this person. This person means so much to me. I care so much about this person. I'm willing to bet everything I know and I have that the man I'm looking at right now, you would not let them say that or do that to themselves. You would be like, over my dead body. Hey, bro, like, hold on, let me just, okay, we need to, what the heck is happening right now? We need to sit down, have a little heart to heart. Okay, let's go over some stuff. Brother, what? You gotta pull yourself to, right? You gotta pull yourself together, bro. Come on, we got this. Rally, rally. Let's go. You, that's you. That's you. You gotta be able to get there. You gotta be able to wake up and feel like that and treat yourself like that. You, I, I deserve. I deserve the time. Give me the time. Give me the time. Make the time. Whatever it is, it's okay. What I really mean when I say it's okay is that you can't think, but I don't want to start where I have to start. I don't want to start with where I can start. No, that's nonsensical. If it's 10 minutes, it's 10 minutes. It's 15 minutes, it's 20 minutes, maybe it's a half hour tops, half hour, and you're really tapping out. I can't, that's enough self-improvement for today. Fair enough, brother. I mean, it could be right, because in this way, who could dictate your pace but you? I could, no one can know better. I mean, you could get a coach, you can get a mentor, you can get experts, and they will help. They will help pinpoint, clearly define, right, more accurately, just figure out the best way for you. But then at the end of it all, it must be you to execute the action. It must be you to perform the task. You must be the one to choose to engage. And how hard you push is, right? That's on you. Now, when you really love somebody, you keep pushing. Oh, hey, ooh, okay, okay. Hey, oh, I got you. I got you. All right, regain your balance. Okay, all right, back at it. Let's go. Oh yeah, I know, but don't worry about that. We're not going back there. We're not going back there. Come on now. Come on now. That's what you would do for someone you love. Come on, bro, be real. You might have done that before. And if you haven't, I know you would. That's what love makes you do. Now when it's directed at the self, extremely powerful. Eh, And that might take a lot to actually get there, but it's worth it. It might have to be, this I offer you, right? Take a deep dive, because there's so much. And I mean, I know. I don't want, you might be rolling your eyes at me for saying like affirmations and the positive reinforcement, and this is shadow work, and this is, you have to dive into your own whatever kind of complex trauma you might have. You have to really try to unpack that and introspect and self-reflect. And you have to try to heal from that. And this may require professional help. That's okay. You know, this might require for you to get spiritual. You might really need to find God for this. Highly recommend it. I mean, I really don't. It's not. It's not. Doesn't matter if I highly recommend it. It really just is the best way. But the pathway itself must lead back to this very decisive conclusion. No more. I gotta treat myself like how I would treat anything I truly love. When you put yourself in that kind of position in life, and you got that going for you, bro, that kind of self-love, then everything's you life is going to begin to look differently everywhere. But if I really loved this person, I wouldn't let them cower. I wouldn't let them just stay afraid. I would do my best to be, yo, you got this. Try. Don't worry. Don't even worry about it. Let them laugh. Be awkward. Be weird. I mean, don't hurt anyone, and you're not hurting yourself. Then, people will have an opinion either way. You can't, right? You can't be, you can't win that game in life. You don't need to win one. The game of giving yourself the best. Okay? Let that be love first. Let that be love first. I don't want to be unhealthy. I don't want disease and sickness and whatnot. Let me begin loving myself like that. What medicine do I really need? And medicine comes in many different types of forms. Medicine can be water. Medicine can be whole foods. Medicine can just be healthy foods, less sugar, less junk, less deep fried. You know, I really want to look my best. I want to look my absolute best. When you really love somebody, you want them to look their best. That is the gym. That's cardio. That's like whatever you can really get into. It just you just go. You just keep going from there, and it builds, and it's beautiful. It's an absolutely magnificent process, and it starts. You just start right there. Okay, you and the man in the mirror. Okay, you gotta get back to those basics, that fundamental right there. I gotta be able to support me. I gotta be there for me. And that's my deep dive on self-love through the lens of male self-improvement. I really hope that helped, bro. And you looking for any other kind of content where, I mean, that's kind of what I do here. I talk a little bit of everything and anything about all of this stuff, because you're watching the Pillars of Man, your number one podcast for the best conversations you could find aimed at male self-improvement surrounding philosophy, masculinity, wellness, and lifestyle. I'm your host, Kumo. I continue to reshape the modern male reality, giving any man who wishes to pull the very best out of himself a way to do that. Thank you so much for being here, bro. You like content like this, hit that subscribe button for me and give me a like. And I hope to see you real soon for the next one. But until then, take it easy. Take good care of yourself. And I love you so much. Peace.